Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Satisfaction Saturday. It is that day right before Sunday. Yes, so on tomorrow, I want to go ahead and invite you. On tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock a.m., join us in our virtual time of worship. And then, if you are able, join us in person at 9621 Six Forks Road. Or you can watch us on the live stream. It's a place that we enjoy the blessings of the Lord, and the Lord always blesses us. It's nothing like being in the presence of other believers. Today, I give you that invitation. We're saving a seat for you. I invite you to look with me today at Matthew's Gospel, the 15th chapter, verses 1 through 9. This is here where Jesus talks about inner purity. He's having a conversation with the Pharisees and the teachers of religious law that have now arrived in Jerusalem. They came to see Jesus, so they would ask him a question. And the question that they asked him, why don't your disciples obey our age-old traditions? They ignored the traditions of the ceremonial washings of hands. Jesus said to them, we're not really violating any of your direct commandments, because your commandments are not commandments from God. You have created all of this stuff. But your real commandments that you ought to hear, God says, honor your father and your mother. That when you and I begin to see this text, it begins to remind us they were more concerned about what people thought as opposed to what God had instructed them to do. Throughout our lives, too many of us, we're concerned with what people have to say. We want to keep traditions of men. And Jesus tells them, you are all hypocrites. You have heard what the Bible has to say. You have heard what the prophets have said of old. You've heard what's written in the scrolls, that their worship has to be worship to God, not man-made ideas. You and I have to teach each other about the blessings of God. This text reminds us that Jesus wants inner purity. Yeah, it's good to look the role on the outside, but even more so, we must remember that man looks on the outside, but God looks at the heart. This becomes a message from Jesus to teach all of us about having a clean heart. I remember that great old song that says, give me a clean heart, O God, and then I'll be able to serve you. When you and I have a clean heart, when we have a clear heart, we can worship God. We can give him the glory, the honor, and the praise that he's due. We can wake up in the morning with great joy and exuberance and say, God, I thank you because I got it right on the inside. It's not about a religious ritual. Yes, some of us do have some rituals, or we have some religious ways in which we do what we do. It's a great thing every morning to get up and the first thing to tell God thank you, to read God's word, to spend some time with him in meditation. That's about inner purity. That's something that we do at our homes, not to tell everybody about or to brag about it. Because Jesus says, whenever you tell everybody about what you're doing, you really have become a hypocrite, but it's supposed to be on the inside. That's the reason why whenever one fasts, you don't tell everybody, look, I'm fasting, but rather you say, I'm trying to get it right with God. Today, I invite you to get it right with God. Let's all make sure that we're clean on the inside as well as clean on the outside. So then people will not be afraid to approach us, but they'll ask us, what is the joy that you have on the inside? Tell me a little bit about it, because I want to get some of it. Today, we want to remind you that God has so much to give to you. He wants you to know that you are exceedingly and abundantly blessed. I invite you again to join us tomorrow for our 7 o'clock a.m. at our virtual time of worship, and else join us at 9 o'clock a.m. in person, that you'll be able to share the goodness of the Lord at 9621 Six Forks Road, where you can say, I am exceedingly and abundantly blessed. Take the Lord with you everywhere you go, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.